There is a kind of tiredness that sleep does not seem to fix. You can wake up after a full night of rest and still feel as if your mind has already been working for hours. Your body might feel fine, but your thoughts feel slow, heavy, and difficult to organize. It is a strange type of exhaustion that many people struggle to explain. On the surface, nothing appears particularly wrong. The day might not have been especially stressful. You may not have worked longer than usual, and yet the feeling remains. Your mind feels worn out long before the day has truly begun. This quiet form of mental fatigue has become increasingly common in modern life. Many people now carry a constant background level of cognitive activity that rarely disappears. From the moment you wake up, your attention is pulled in different directions. Messages appear on your phone. Notifications remind you of tasks you need to complete. Emails arrive. News headlines appear. Conversations begin. Even small decisions start to accumulate quickly. What should you focus on first? What needs to be done today? What problems still need to be solved? Individually, none of these thoughts seem overwhelming, but together they create a continuous stream of mental activity that rarely stops. The human brain was never designed to process information endlessly. It works best when it moves between periods of concentration and periods of rest. Focus requires energy, and recovery allows that energy to return. But the rhythm between effort and rest has gradually become unbalanced. Moments that once allowed the mind to slow down are now filled with more stimulation. Waiting for transportation becomes an opportunity to scroll through a phone. A quiet walk becomes listening to something through headphones. Even brief pauses during the day are quickly replaced with something to watch or read. The mind is constantly receiving input. Because of this, the brain rarely receives a clear signal that it is safe to slow down. Instead, it remains in a low-level state of alertness, quietly processing information even when there is no urgent reason to do so. Over time, this continuous activity creates a form of cognitive fatigue. You may begin to notice it in small but persistent ways. Simple tasks feel harder to concentrate on. Your thoughts drift more easily. You forget details that would normally feel obvious. Even decisions that once felt easy begin to require more effort. Sometimes the tiredness appears without any clear explanation. You may sit down to relax and suddenly realize that your mind is still racing with thoughts about things that happened earlier in the day. Or you begin thinking about things that have not even happened yet. Plans, worries, possibilities, conversations you might have tomorrow. The mind moves quickly from one thought to another, rarely allowing itself to fully settle. There is another reason this form of mental exhaustion has become more common. Modern life encourages constant comparison and self-evaluation. People spend a surprising amount of time thinking about where they are in life and whether they are doing enough with their time. Thoughts about careers, relationships, finances, and long-term goals often run quietly in the background of the mind. Even during moments of rest, the brain continues analyzing. Am I making the right choices? Should I be doing more? What should I focus on next? Although these thoughts may seem productive, they slowly consume mental energy. The mind struggles to fully relax when it believes there is always something important to think about. But the brain has a natural way of restoring balance when it is given the opportunity. When stimulation decreases, thoughts gradually slow down. The constant pressure to process information begins to fade. Ideas that once felt tangled start organizing themselves naturally. This is why simple moments of quiet can feel surprisingly refreshing. A slow walk without music or podcasts. Sitting somewhere without looking at a screen. Allowing your mind to wander freely without forcing it to focus on anything in particular. These moments remind the brain that it does not always need to be working. Gradually, the constant tension begins to release. Thoughts become clearer. Concentration returns. The quiet exhaustion that once felt unavoidable begins to soften. Because the truth is that the mind was never designed to operate continuously. It was designed to move between thinking and stillness. When that balance returns, the tiredness that so many people carry through their days slowly begins to fade.